hearing your voice, feeling your presence in this movie was something special.
Oh, good.
It was something special.
Well, I haven't seen it, so
you haven't seen...
I'll be educated by you.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. It wasn't finished that long ago, and I just wrapped something else 9 days ago, so I'm like catching up with life.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'll see it on Tuesday with everybody else.
Unreal. I've been talking to your castmates. The accidental competition that happened with the
breath holding.
The breath holding and the free diving. How did you do that? Like the holding your breath, what was your time?
7 minutes and 14 seconds. Now, you cannot try this at home. And one thing that's very important to remember is that I was trained to do this.
Right.
And it took 3 weeks. You know, you can't just go and hold your breath. That
Right.
doesn't work. That's like a tiny amount of breath from right up here. So being taught how to take a full, it's called a peak inhalation, being taught how to do that alone takes a long time. And you really mustn't do it by yourself, because actually, when you hear of those stories of very experienced freedivers suddenly disappearing
Right.
or drowning, it's often that they would have blacked out on hitting the surface and they would have been alone. And so that's
Whoa.
something you have to be really careful. So you cannot do it by yourself. So I just did the work. I loved it. I wanted to prove to myself that I could be bionic in my 40s as a mother who's had 3 children. And
Come on.
because there's something interesting, actually, that happens when you leave your youth. You think, oh, my kind of years of learning something new are probably kind of behind me. And actually, to be in a situation where I was offered this wonderful new experience, I just couldn't wait to get in there. I loved it so much. I really loved it.
Okay, but talk to me about the offer. James Cameron calls you and says, hey, you want to go underwater again? Like,
Well-
what did he actually say to you?
Well, actually, what he said to me was, he described the character. He said, I'm going to describe it to you before I send you the script, and you will see that she is the female leader of the water tribe. So immediately I'm like, female leader, water. I'm like, these like ticking boxes for me.
Right.
And
But also, like, she's the leader. Let's be real.
She is the leader, and Jim writes for women exceptionally well. And he seems to have, which thank goodness, just a very powerful belief that women can be leaders and should be leaders. So I'm like totally down for that. But then he said to me, you can do as much or as little of the water work as you want. We have incredible doubles, we have stunt people. I'm like, hang on, stop. So if I did this and really did it properly, you're telling me that I would need to learn how to free dive. And he said, yeah, we have this incredible guy who'll come to you, he'll teach you. I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'll do it, yes. I mean, I basically said yes before even reading the script. What? Just alone knowing that I would get to learn how to free dive and breath hold like that. It's like a dream for me. I love the water. I love
Really?
it, always have done.
Really?
My parents would laugh about the fact that we'd go on these holidays, usually in October, because it was the only time that we could actually afford to like rent a house or something like that.
Right.
And no matter what the temperature of the air or the sea, Kate was always first in.
I love it. Okay, wait. So I'm talking to Zoe about the free diving portion and the breath holding portion. She says she comes up after a particularly long time under the water, and they're like, "Yeah, you did great. You did great. I don't know if you know this, but Kate went for 7 minutes." She was like, "Take me back down."
That's so funny.
Take me back down.
Oh, that is so funny.
She said, "I didn't even realize." She said, "I think I was in character." You know what I mean? And
It's so funny. You can't, you sort of find yourself being motivated by other people. But actually what was lovely was that there really kind of wasn't that element of competition, but more the sense of like cheering each other on.
cheering each other on.
And that is the Na'vi way. And so there is something about that, actually, that sense of like staying in character, maybe a little bit method.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think any of these actors would consider themselves to really be method actors. But yeah, there was a little something that was going on there.
What was it like for you to put on that motion capture, that performance capture situation? I mean, I know that is pretty intense, but it was like picking up every movement in your face.
I loved it. And actually, I think the thing people probably wouldn't realize or think about is that the experience of playing these roles and being part of Avatar is actually very pure for the actors.
Yeah.
Because you have a camera right here, you have your helmet on, and you have a helmet cam that sits here right in front of your face. So there's no hiding.
Right.
So the sense of sincerity and truth that you have to convey in every single facial muscle is really important. And you have cameras hidden all around the room, and you have the cameras that you can see, and you just can't hide.
You're gonna see yourself blink and nod in a way you've never seen yourself blink and nod. Like, I was like, that woman is running this whole thing. Wonderful. It was incredible to
Great.
see.
Oh
it really, really was.
I'm so pleased. It sounds like it worked.
Yeah. Oh, it 100% worked. We were like, more. Can we do a 4-hour cut? I mean, I don't know. I was talking to James, and I was asking him about you, and what he loves about working with you so much. And one of the things he said is that she's got a mouth. She's got a potty mouth.
I do.
She's got a sailor's mouth. He said a trucker's mouth is actually what he said.
Trucker's mouth, yeah.
Yeah. Please humor me.
Okay.
What would be your favorite combination? What's your favorite combo?
Sausages and chips. I'm not gonna curse on air.
You can, it's me!
No, I'm not.
It's just me!
Not happening.
I'm not gonna do it.
No.
Will you tell me after?
Yeah,
the cameras are off?
I'll tell you after.
Okay. Because I'm very curious.
Okay.
I'm very curious.
Okay.
I also have been asking, because of the anniversary coming up of Titanic, 25 years, right? Mm-hmm. I've been asking everyone if they remember the first time they saw the movie. Sam told me he went New Year's Day.
Oh, wow.
Front row on a date with 2 girls. I said, I don't know.
Just questioning. Sorry, I'm just questioning that.
I said, Sam, I don't know if that doesn't sound like a winning combination.
I'm not sure I want to hear any more of this story.
He said it was not. It was not a winning combination. But the really cool thing was that everyone has this moment. They remember the very first time they saw this movie. They remember the impact that it made.
I'm now just remembering the first time that Sam saw the movie. I was just thinking about anyone else. Oh my gosh.
But I even read that James said at one point it maybe wasn't gonna be Leo, and I'm curious to know from you what you remember about those first days on set. Anything that you would be willing to share with me about that undertaking. You know what I mean? He said that at one point there were 2,000 extras, and it's you. We're looking at you, you know what I mean? And you delivered.
Well, I remember thinking, my God, I've got to be really ready. So I was very prepared, I have to say. I was very prepared to play the part. I had been working on it for several months at the point that we actually started shooting. I was really scared. I mean, I was really scared, you know. It was a huge deal to be playing my first American role in a film that felt really big. I didn't honestly know how big it was going to be. I never knew the size of the budget. I just, as an actor, on the whole, you don't really tend to ask those questions. Right. I certainly don't, and most definitely didn't back then. I just knew that I couldn't I just knew that I couldn't. And I definitely felt a sense of responsibility. And also, I think I had been exposed to some really wonderful work ethics by Emma Thompson when I had worked with her when I was 19. And she has this remarkable ability to be a real leader and to set a tone which is both professional but fun and really includes everyone and is very collaborative. And I remember thinking, gosh, it's my turn now. I have to be that person. Wow. So I remember feeling that I wanted to take what I had learned from her. And actually, I continue to take what I learned from her through my life.
Does she know that?
Yeah, she knows that.
That's awesome.
It's very important to me to take the things I've learned from incredible women and to implement them and also share them and pass them along. And actually on Avatar, I was really able to use a lot of what I've learned in my life with the younger actors and just kind of hold their hand and make them feel that they could stand in their truth and bring something to the table that was important and would be included, and to use their voice in a way that was creative and respectful. And it was a wonderful experience. I loved working with the young actors on Avatar. It was great.
Tell me what it was like working with your daughter then. I mean, to have that opportunity to work with her and to see her do well, but also give Mom the note, hey, you can keep your notes.
She was so funny. She's so, you know, I'm just so proud of her and impressed by her. And, Yeah, you know, young female actors these days, they have a voice that we all, I think, didn't have in quite the same way when I was younger. And so it's really exciting to me to see this younger generation know how to stand up for themselves and contribute and speak for themselves, and to stand in a sort of powerful place and really give their all and be unafraid to do that. It's really remarkable.
Says something about Mom.
Hopefully.
You know?
Hopefully.